the California blues and I'm sure gonna leave you here. Lord, 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 Lord. I got the California blues and I'm sure gonna leave you here. I may ride the flight, I ain't got no railroad fare. Well, I'm a do-right mama and got a home everywhere I go. I got the California blues and I'm sure gonna leave you here. Lord, Lord, Lord. I got the California blues and I'm sure gonna leave you here. I may ride the flight, I ain't got no railroad fare. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelay.
Hi, this is Bobby Joe Holman, and I want to welcome you, and I appreciate you taking the time to listen to our music. I have a dear friend, a very special guest today, and her name is Shirley Bates. And we're going to be playing some songs for you, and we want to feature Shirley on her musical singing and guitar playing. She's been in country music for a number of years, and in fact Shirley is in the Country Music Hall of Fame. So Shirley, I'd like to welcome you.
Well, thank you, Bobby Joe.
Yes, and so now we opened up with the California, what was that?
That was a California blues. That's an old Jimmy Rogers song.
Ah, okay, and so now we're going to play another song, and what's the name of that song?
This one is called Cowboy Lovin' Night.
Cowboy Lovin' Night. Alrighty.
Lovin' Night. Tanya Tucker put that one out.
Okay, so let's do it.
They're tuning them twin Texas blues. It will soon be homey time. I'm in such an easy mood. It's close to 4 time. All alone at a table for two, me and the candlelight. Shovel with me, Houston stranger. It's a cowboy loving night. My last good time was in Dallas. We danced to every song. We promised each other forever. Forever didn't last that long. Hey, love was playing me. It could be the time is right. Shuffle with me, Houston stranger. It's a start clapping, he starts singing a cute little country song. Oh, Weevil, where you been all day? Your mama's been looking, she hasn't stopped looking since you went away. Oh, Weevil, why'd you go and stay? You've been licking, sure as I'm sitting on this bale of hay.
All right, we're back, and I wanted to talk with Shirley here. And once again, Shirley, thank you for sharing your talent with us and everything. So when did you start singing?
Well, actually, the first time, I have to tell you that, is I was probably, Mom and Dad, we were from Missouri, Kansas City, Missouri, and when we landed out in the Southern California, in the valley, well, Mom and Dad would always go to these auctions, you know, like horse auctions, or
Right.
so anyway, I was 2 years old, and Patsy Montana had her song out then, Cowboy Sweetheart. And so I loved to sing. I just sang up a storm with that. So all the cowboy movie stars would gather at this one horse auction. And so my mother told them that they were saying, you know, I was a little towhead, you know. They were saying how cute I was. So they had said, do you want to be in the movies? And my mom said, she sings. So they stood me up on the front of this old truck, and they had me sing, and I sung Cowboy Sweetheart
Oh my
for the
goodness!
first time.
Really?
Yeah.
For these
For
old
these
famous
old famous cowboys, yeah.
Gene
And-
Autry, Roy
yeah,
Rogers,
a
the
lot
Sons of the Pioneers.
Yeah, and so they
Okay,
were
so
all
that's-
there. And so anyway, I would always sing around the house, but Mom and Dad sung together, and we traveled down the road, and they had, we was in old cars, you know, traveling from Missouri to California
During it was a Dust Bowl.
during the Dust Bowl years. And so they would sing for hours to us kids. They would sing, the one song that always stands out is Let the Rest of the World Go By. And I'll build a sweet little nest. And so they had beautiful harmony together. So that's really where I started singing.
Wow.
So then I would always turn on the radio on the country music. Like
Yes.
in those days they called it hillbilly music.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know. Yeah, so hillbilly music, I don't care if they called it that, it was still good music.
Right.
It was wonderful. But anyway, so I started singing, and by the time I was in contest at 13, several contests, and then I landed a big barn dance show when I was 15, and I was a regular on there.
And that was in the Los Angeles area.
Yeah, Baldwin Park,
Baldwin Park.
yeah. And so it was really fun. We had a big turnout. The whole family could come in those days. They would
And
bring
they'd show
their
up in families and
families.
now this is where and then a lot of these famous people like Bob Wills,
Oh my goodness, yes, everybody would come there.
Porter Wagner,
The Sons of the Pioneers, you name them. Anybody that was famous in those days would come there and sing.
and come there and sing. And then you were a part of that company that
Yes.
put that on there, huh?
Yes, they called me the sweetheart of the barn dance. I stayed on stage all the time with the house band. And,
Oh my goodness.
so I would sing, as they call me up, to sing a waltz or whatever, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Now then that eventually went on the air, right? I mean, television.
Yes, we wound up with a television show. And at the same time, Spade Cooley had a show on, and Town Hall Party, Cliffy Stone's Hometown Jamboree. So there were a lot of
Oh my
shows on those
goodness.
days.
Oh, what a grand time of it still kind of creating the craft, the
Yes.
art.
Right.
And then you have all these very talented people and you being a part of it and learning your craft and then, so then you got a record deal, or how
Yes,
did
yes. Well, excuse me. Faber Robinson would come out to look for talent and everything at all the places, and so he happened to catch me on the show, and he had Jim Reeves at the time, and Mexican
that was
Joe. Yeah,
that was
yeah.
his main
Yeah,
star?
his main star, and so he signed me to a contract, and then I had out records then. My first record was a '78.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow, that now then you had that. Now you used to tour with those people, right?
Yes, right. We would go on tour, and
So the different record labels would put their talent in, and then you all go as a
Yeah.
show. Is that
yeah,
how
that's
that
what
worked?
we did. It would be naturally Jim Reeves was the headline, and so he put a package together. Like this one show was called the String Band Show, and so we took off on the tour, and mostly I toured up north in Northern California.
I see.
I didn't really in those days go back east too much like the rest of them did, but I would go on those short tours.
Well, yeah, you were still very young,
That's
and
right.
I'm sure your folks were very conscientious of that.
That's
and
right.
They let you run off with a bunch of people.
That's right. That's right.
Go across the country where they
Exactly.
couldn't retrieve you. if
That's
they had
right.
to.
Exactly.
But I'm sure what an experience, though.
It was. It was a lot of
Everything.
fun. Yeah.
Well, let's talk a little bit here. You've obviously been in the business for so many years, and you'd mentioned your father, and your father was an actual carny,
Yes, he was.
and not he would come up with these different kind of contest, or what would you call it? A carny act?
Well, they were called little concessions. That he would-
Concession.
yeah,
Okay, there we
the,
go.
On the midway and everything. But he mostly worked as as he called it, the grease joints. That's how he first got in the car.
Really?
Yeah, they called him the
Oh,
grease joints.
because he was a cook.
He was a cook, and he would cook the hamburgers and that sort of thing, you know.
Right.
But you understand about, he was with the carnival when they were legitimate carnivals. That's what the book is about, basically, is he wanted the people to know so that it fit in history. You know, that it was, carnivals had their purpose,
Yeah.
you know, for the handicapped people and for homeless like him. He was homeless at 15 years old. So that was the whole idea of the carnival back then. And it was a wonderful
thinking, but
yeah.
it teaches you to think on your feet and
Right.
react and then but like you say, be legit.
Right.
At least that. Well, okay, so you had written a book, and it is called The Life
The Life of a Carny
A Life of the Carny in the early 1900s.
in the 1900s, right?
Okay, and that's by Shirley Bates. Now, how could somebody purchase that? And plus, I have to say this is, it has 2 CDs in it.
Yeah, of his voice, yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
run out of time.
Him telling the stories, yeah.
Yeah, of him telling the stories. Great read. And to purchase that, they would go to your website?
Go to my website, it's shirleybates.net, and go on my guest book, and you know, and I can get in touch with you.
Okay.
through that, sure.
And now, quickly here, you have a CD out,
Yes,
and it's all original music
and it's called New Walls.
and new walls, and you have gospel music in there.
Spiritual.
Okay, spiritual, and then obviously country,
Right.
hillbilly music,
True country, I call it.
and that in turn people could purchase that through
Right.
you as well.
Yes.
And that would go to www.shirleybates.net.
Yes.
And then they have to sign the guest book.
Yes. And there's a little place there for a message.
Okay.
You know.
And so, with that being said, because we're going to have you do one more song before we end the show, but you are written a script, a movie script.
A screenplay,
A screenplay. There's the word I was hunting for. And and we have you have some quite known Hollywood film producers that are interested in it.
Yes, they've requested it.
Isn't that
and they're
wonderful?
looking at it right now.
Oh, so and that'll be I'm sure something have Carney in it because of his life. He was quite a fellow that met a lot of different people. Well, all right. Well, we're going to, as I say, we're going to play, have Shirley do one more song, and we'll be right back. right, here's a song off of Shirley's CD called
Two Kinds of People.
Two Kinds of People.